This ESPN 97.5 and ESPN 97.5.com podcast is presented by Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens.
And now we turn the show over to producer Michael Carrell for a little thing he likes to call Der Hot Routes.
Hot route! Red 7, red 7, red 7! John!
What?
Red 7!
I don't know what red 7 means.
Hot route!
I don't. What is hot route?
Will you just go stand on the other side, please?
Good morning, Mike.
Good morning.
How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
That's good.
What you got going on?
I have some hot route questions.
Okay.
Would you like to answer?
We got time. Let's do it.
Well, all right. Question 1. You kind of already talked about it a little bit. Mark Cuban saying about the NBA, talking about the NBA and the FIBA agreement. One of the things he had was an idea for doing a competition similar to the World Cup, but World Cup of basketball. Should the NBA make its own World Cup of basketball every 4 years?
Every 4 years?
That just sounds stupid.
It does sound very stupid.
World Cup of basketball. If they do it, can we just call it something else?
Yeah.
The World Cup of basketball. You know what? You just said it sounds stupid, and I thought about it for a second. I'm like, yeah, really? It does sound stupid.
It's just like, the World Cup of basketball. There's like no cool way to be like, yo, what are you watching? Psh, World Cup of basketball. There's like no cool way to say it. So we need to come up with a new name. And yeah, I'm fine with that.
It's the way you can't say Willie Cauley-Stein without sounding like Dusty Rhodes. You're watching the World Cup of basketball.
You heard it? Little Harry Carey right there.
It's there.
You know what?
Hey!
You're just messing with me at this point, which is fine. You know what? That whole thing is about making it worthwhile for the ownerships that have the investment, the players that have the investment. Whereas now they're making nothing in FIBA, which is even worse than the World Cup of basketball.
Yeah, that's true.
Where we dance, yeah? Would you like to touch my monkey, Betty Laminack? Yeah, dude. If the players are going to be in and the owners have to put them out there, let them make some money off it. You know, everyone's making money except college kids.
Now, if they do that, they still are going to do the Olympics, right? They just wouldn't do
they're
this.
They're still going to do the Olympics, yeah.
They wouldn't be doing the World Cup O basketball.
If they call the World Cup O basketball, I'm in. Forget it. All bets are off.
That you just see. I'm telling you, one letter makes all the difference in the world.
One less letter and an apostrophe, and you're good.
The apostrophe makes it gangster.
The World Cup of basketball, yeah.
He is exhausting all of his voices in one show.
Just settling in for a little World Cup of basketball.
Oh my God, this is out of control.
Max Lipson, I want to see the crossover, yeah.
Are you doing Dirk?
I have no idea.
I don't know what that was.
I'm the only one who calls him Dirk Commissar. I think that's the easiest nickname in the world for an athlete. No one ever uses it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Dunking Deutschman is also kind of lame, but it is what it is. I think we've exhausted this question. I wish to move on.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So, yeah, that was an interesting question 1. Question
basketball, huh? Very interesting.
Question 2. What question 2, Barry? What voice is he doing?
I don't. I think that's my aunt. I don't know
what is it.
That's my German aunt. I don't know who that was.
Barry, this is your Christmas onion. You enjoy.
No, that was my grandmother.
Your grandma's
my
probably
grandma's
German
the one
too.
that gave. No.
All right.
She's dead.
On to the next one.
All right. Well, this is awkward now. So question 2 really was kind of already used. So, yeah, that was question 2. Question 3, better pitching staff, Oakland A's or Detroit Tigers?
I think we've done all of these.
Pretty much.
Mike ruined it. This is why you don't. This is
why I don't tell them.
God.
Detroit. If we haven't talked about this before, you have the last 3 Cy Young. You know what? Screw it. On to the next one.
Worst hot routes ever.
Ever.
How long has hot routes been around? 98, 97? This is the worst one ever.
Oh no. Go back in
Cup
the
of
archives.
hot routes. This is the worst
Cup of
hot routes ever.
It's up there.
It is.
Yeah, it is. So question 2 and 3 pretty much done. Question 4.
You didn't even read question 2. Like everyone's out there going, what the hell was question 2?
I missed one.
Just
what was
read it.
question 2?
It was about Darren Ravel. Was it too soon to tweet the insurance money?
Well, what do you think, Barry? Was it too soon?
No, I don't think so. All right, next question. No, I really don't. I think it's kind of everybody's so hypersensitive on Twitter that you can't. I mean, that's his job.
What are you talking about? I encounter nothing but calm and level-headed people on Twitter. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who you're following, but
that's his job. He did his job. I don't know why people got so bent out of shape over that.
Because he's a tool.
He reported a fact. He didn't make a statement, saying, he shouldn't have gone out there and broke his ankle because now look, they've got to pay all this insurance money. He made a statement of fact. Big deal. Get over it,
Barry.
All right, question 4.
Is this segment over yet?
No, almost.
All right.
We're almost there. 2 more questions. Vin Scully will...
I tried to save it.
Tried. Vin Scully will return for his 66th season. Oh, God. Here we go.
You tried to save it. Dude, that's like encountering a burning car and dumping gasoline all over it.
No, I try to bring a rational thought to the question that had already been burned.
Barry just said the word rational.
Rational.
All right, seriously. Vin Scully, blah, blah, blah.
All right, Vin Scully return, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite play-by-play man ever? TV, radio, whatever.
Probably John Miller for me.
From the Giants?
That's a good one.
John Miller, and he was in Baltimore for a long time. I heard a lot of him back when the time when the O's really sucked. And I can tell you, no one can make an 11-0 route in the 5th inning more entertaining than him. And he actually busted out the Vin Scully quite a bit. He got his start actually with the Oakland A's, recording himself doing play-by-play in an empty Oakland Coliseum and then mailing the tape to Charles O. Finley. And that's how he kind of got discovered. That's a legend anyway. Vin Scully does those games by himself, by the way. He doesn't have a color guy, best as I can tell.
Really?
How old is he? 109?
86.
Close.
He's still, you hear plenty of sucky baseball teams, broadcast teams. He does everything on his own, and he's pretty sharp.
Was that a shot at Houston?
That could have been a shot at the other 30-something teams, 31 teams, whatever.
Sure, you weren't. I will say, I'll give credit to the Houston broadcasting team. They are not as boring as they were last year.
I wouldn't know because I'm not in the 3% of people that get it. Are you referring to the radio team? Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't listen to them on the radio either.
I've listened once.
I can't get AM in my car. That's why.
You can't get
Other than that, I would be all over
Astros
Astros
get AM
games.
in your car?
Yeah, isn't it bizarre?
What the hell kind of car are you driving?
Just in Houston. I went to San Antonio a few weeks ago. Crystal clear AM reception in Houston. I can't get anything.
What are you driving, a steel can?
No, an 08 Malibu.
Oh. Wow. I would have said something else no one would have ever known. I'd have been like Cadillac. Mm-hmm.
Humvee.
Yeah. Mine would be Gary Thorne.
Gary Thorne.
He's the current Oriole guy, and he sucks.
No, when Gary Thorne does hockey.
Oh, okay, that's different.
Yeah.
Did you say baseball or overall sports?
I said overall.
Did you? Okay.
See, somebody listens.
Thank you.
You should know better by now. I probably fell asleep for 30 seconds.
But Gary Thorne, I'm not a big hockey fan, but whenever I would hear him call a hockey game on ESPN, I would just listen for that. I mean, honestly, that's the only reason I would watch it was to hear him call the game because he would get excited at the right points and get you into the game.
Unlike Gus Johnson, who's just
Gus
balls to the
Johnson's
wall.
like, oh my God, he called a timeout! It's like, dude, really? It's just a timeout. But no, Gary Thorne calling hockey is one of the best things to listen to.
All right.
Gus Johnson doing MMA, horrible.
Oh, the worst.
That was the worst.
Oh, my God.
Has
Did
he
I
actually
ever
done that?
tell y'all the story
Who does
about
he
Gus
work for?
Johnson?
No.
And lunch?
Do we have time for this? Yeah, we do. Go.
Okay, real quick. I was covering a Strike Force event. It was in, I don't know, Houston, Dallas, whatever. We were in the media lounge eating, and Gus Johnson is sitting at a table by himself. He makes it a point to be as far away from everybody else as possible, right? And he's sitting at this table. And at these Strike Force events, like guys that just fire up an MMA blog can get press credentials, right? So there's some new guy who's obviously new, never been to, and he's just awestruck by the whole thing, right? He's just proud to be there, to be a media guy. And so he's going up to everybody. So what do you do? And he's like, oh, I have this MMA blog, and what do you do? And he's asking everybody, and he goes up to Gus Johnson. He goes, hey, man, so what do you do? He goes, I'm the announcer, and I'm trying to eat. Why don't you leave me to bleep alone?
So when he yelled at you like that, were you really upset?
No, it wasn't me. It totally wasn't me.
It was a friend I know who...
No.
Okay.
There's a friend I know with 14 and 3/4 inch guns.
Trying to enjoy the finest bagel I've ever had.
Oh, but it was like he is the biggest.
Tool? Is that where you're going?
Yeah, that would be a good word. I was probably going to use a cuss word. I'm glad you helped out. But he was like totally rude to the guy, and the guy like literally, I thought he was going to start crying. His eyes were watery, and he walked off.
I like watching Vern Lundquist.
Nasty.
Because every year Vern Lundquist's neck gets bigger, and one of these days that button is just going to fire off the top of that shirt, and he's going to take out someone.
I don't know why they let him wear those shirts, because you can see his T-tops pretty much. It's like, dude, they need to. He needs a sport coat. We need to
triple-breasted.
4 or 5 breasted. I don't
quadruple breasted sports coat.
Man, that's gross.
I think we just invented something. The beltless overcoat.
Quad breasted.
I call it the executive.
The executive. I like that.
That's
I like it.
Right out of Seinfeld. You've never heard that?
No, I don't watch
That's how
Seinfeld.
Jerry's dad made all his money.
Did you not hear Friday on the Blitz? I don't watch TV.
Yeah, because you're blowing all your money on coke. I get it. You're in comedy. That's where all that money goes.
Wow, we could have left that on Twitter.
We did.
All right, that's out there.
I said, again, as the kids say, I subtweeted you mistakenly.
Say no to drugs, kids.
Is there another question,
Just say
Mike?
no to drugs.
Is there another question?
There is.
Oh, man.
Oh, really?
There really is. Question
I'd like
5.
to see Brian Windhorst versus Vern Lundquist in a shirt off. Just see if they could
What the hell
kind
is
of
a shirt off?
Like a button off. Like if they just sit opposite each other with their tight fitting dress shirts, and they just try and force that button off.
Shirt off.
Windhorst is like the young kid going against Joey Chestnut at the hot dog eating contest. Windhorst is well
This
in his
is all
way,
just
and
the-
Vern Lundquist better look out because
These are all images I didn't need.
he's got a young gun on the horizon, gunning for him. For dude could fill out a shirt collar like none other. All right, Mike, go ahead.
All right.
Please continue.
I guess. Question 5, real quick. Apparently, Orlando Bloom took a swing at Justin Bieber earlier this week.
Bieber?
Yeah, yes, they took a swing at each other. Or
Okay.
Orlando Bloom took a swing at Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
So, if you could take a swing at a celeb, athlete, whoever, who would it be?
Mike Lebischak.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, totally Mike Lebischak.
I pretty much get along with everyone, so
Except me.
I have to think about that.
I think mine would have to. I don't know. Justin Bieber would be a good one. Probably Stephen A. Smith though.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like that dude. He's
Chris,
just too annoying.
Chris Collinsworth.
What?
Yeah. Can't stand him. Can't stand him.
Why?
Can't stand him.
And who is Orlando Bloom? Is that the dude that did the 7-Up commercials?
Wait a minute. That's a different Orlando. Orlando Bloom is the dude who was in. Wasn't he in those pirate movies? First of all, then he was in
those pirate movies.
Then he was in the.
well,
wasn't he in the Lord of the Rings stuff too?
Lebischak.
Yeah, he's in Lord of the Rings.
Okay, well,
He's the guy kind of looks like a chick, long flowing blonde
sorry,
hair.
I have a wife. And,
You would know him. You would know him if
I
you
have
saw
sex.
him.
I don't watch. What is it? Lord of the Rings. Sorry, I'm too busy having sex.
Did you know Lord of the Rings is actually a documentary? Are you aware of that, Mike?
What's that?
Wow.
Lord of the Rings is a documentary.
No. What?
Wow. Can I change my answer back to Mike Lebischak?